Hey guys, thank you for joining me today on Godspot. I want to talk about the 5 types of entitlement tendencies and how to overcome them. In Romans 12 verse 3, as Paul writing, is if I say, through the grace given to me, to everyone who is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly as God dealt to each one a measure of faith. In other words, have a correct measurement of who you are. Understand who you are and who you're not. And this is where that sense of entitlement can be a real problem for us. Entitlement is the mentality rooted in a false belief that I deserve or have the right to do and whatever I want without working for it. And I will also punish, resent, or blame anyone or anything that stands in the way of my desires. Now, if you have entitlement tendencies, choosing to work through them will likely improve your relationships, because that sense of entitlement can really be a relationship destroyer. It can really ruin everything, especially in a marriage relationship. It can sense of entitlement in leadership, in community groups, in churches, even at work, can really turn people against you. And if it's there, you've got to really work on it. So how do we work on that? Well, maybe you can identify some of this in your own life, but I hope this really helps you. If you're battling with a sense of entitlement and you want to prevent it happening, or you want to prevent it happening in your life, number one, practice gratitude and humility. Gratitude is regularly acknowledging that the things you have and appreciating that what you have is not a given, it's not a right. That you worked hard, there have been other people involved, and don't focus on being so entitled. Just be thankful for what you have. The second part of that is show humility. Being humble in your successes often helps you see the world through a more balanced lens and will help you avoid falling into the trap of constantly demanding more and having that sense of entitlement. No one really likes a person who's like that. Number two, recognize and respect boundaries. This is really important if you want to protect yourself from having that sense of entitlement. Establishing boundaries means learning to say no, and clear boundaries to protect yourself, your time, your energy, while also respecting the needs of others. Very important. And the other part of that is don't just establish boundaries, but have some empathy. Practice empathy. Understand that other people have different needs and different desires, and their perspective, it might not be the same as yours, but their perspective is just as valid as yours. Whether you agree or not, doesn't matter. Their perspective is just as valid as yours. I think number three is focusing on actions and effort. If you really want something, one thing I was taught from a young age from my parents is you got to work for it. I remember slugging it in the backyard, reseeding the backyard, trying to plant a lawn that was never going to grow because the gum trees are sucking up all the water. And I'd spend a whole day doing this, back-breaking work, and I'd get $2. Wasn't a lot of money. But you know what? I learned something. If I want something, I've got to work hard at it. And I was able to gradually save my money, and I was able to buy the clothes and the jeans. I remember my first pair of Levi jeans I bought with my own money. I was so proud and so pleased. I worked hard. If you want something, you've got to work hard for it. Also, it means learning from your mistakes as well. Now, we need to view our failures as learning opportunities. So don't be discouraged by setbacks and always crying, what about me? It isn't fair. What about me? Just, you know what? Learn from it, grow from it, and move forward. Okay, number four, practice perspective taking. Consider other people's perspectives. Yours isn't the only one. Try and see the world through the eyes of others. And when you're talking about successes and you're talking about the things you have, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't. Because you want to warp their perspective of you and the world and appreciate them. And again, be empathetic. Be empathetic. Yes, you've worked hard. You've got it. Be empathetic. And remember, they could be struggling with their own challenges and their own behaviors, maybe stemming from underlying issues, but don't be a braggart. Be empathetic. Lastly, finally, if you need help, seek help. Talk to a pastor, talk to a counselor, talk to God. Talk to somebody and get the help you need. Thanks for listening. Hit the like button share it with someone else.